Hi there, welcome to the Obachanchatter, and I'm here with you this afternoon to discuss this little documentary I just watched a few minutes ago. It's only 55 minutes. The name of it is called My Wife, My Abuser, the secret footage. Like I said, it's 55 minutes long. And it's sad as hell. And I watch this because whenever we know in domestic violence that it's domestic violence is any violence in the home. There's siblings, there's husband and wives, but usually it refers to as spouses. But domestic violence is any fighting that goes on inside a home, regardless of who's it between. So, anyways, this story is about this guy named Richard Spencer. He real nice. I think he got two kids. I can't. Yeah, he has two children, and he a real sweet man. And he married this lady named Sheree. That he met her, and he said she's so fucking nice that he couldn't believe how lucky he got. He said he knew she had a hard life coming up, and he said that it's a part of her that's real, real dark, but he felt like they were gonna be okay together. So anyway, this is 55 minutes of this guy living in his house. He said, like they all say, the domestic abuse has started off real subtle, like she would say like little shit like you stupid, this and that. Till she was doing shit like actually taking wine bottles, busting them upside his head. She was taking shits on him. She would, I think she made the most money, and he stayed home and take care of the kids. And what's real crazy is that when domestic violence cases, usually the woman always set the man up. And he said one day when she was gearing up, because he said you can tell when she gear. I mean, she would just do shit like he would know. She would kick him out the house in the middle of winter with no clothes on, and he would know the warm spots on the outside of his house on where to lay in the wintertime to stay warm. Like he was embarrassed for anybody to know, and for anybody who did know, they felt so bad for him because she was little. He a big 6 foot something dude, you know what I'm saying? Real, he like a gentle guy. He just really loved, but she would do shit like make him take out fucking loans in his name. She beat him and hit him in the head. But one day he got smart because she said, "You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna call police." She was gonna start. She said she was gonna start throwing herself around the house, hitting herself in the eye and shit, right? And call police and say he did it. That he did it. So he said from there, because they had cameras in that house, that he was gonna start recording shit like all his. Oh my god, his bruises on his arm, his face, his nose. She would just fuck him up, and you would just see him just sit there and just take it. And you a bitch. She called him all kinds of names. She throw piss on him. I was like, what the fuck? He lived with this shit for 20 years. And it was the shit that he recorded was so bad that when it was police women doing his interview, they had to turn, they was in front of this motherfucker crying. They had to stop because they couldn't look at no more film. They couldn't listen to no more stuff. The shit that she would do, and how she say she loved him, and it was weird because she had a drinking problem too. So when they would come pick her up on this particular time, like he said, when they would come get her, he would be so happy because he knew for at least 12, 24 hours, he won't have nobody jumping on him, hitting him. He was going to be able to relax. But I was like, how the fuck does anybody live like this? And then you live like that with kids. And it was so crazy because the police officer said that first of all, when they rolled up to the house was so big that she said it was the house was so clean. She said the shit that they heard and the things that they saw, you would never, ever, ever thought that was coming from this house. She said it was a Jaguar in the driveway. The house was huge. The house was so clean. She said when they came to show up, they took their shoes off to walk in the house. That's how nice the house was. I was like, damn. So it just go to show you, man, you don't never know who you're encountering. But he better than me. I'd fuck that hoe up. You is not whooping my ass every day and calling them all kinds of names and doing that shit in front of his kids. And see, he was afraid that she drank so bad, and if they was fighting and stuff like that, that they would take his kids from his house. So he did what he was supposed to do, but ain't no way the fucking way out. He did it for not 20 years. But God bless him that he got healed. And I can't remember what happened. I didn't even give a fuck what happened to her. I just didn't. Do you think you get off this bed? You're not laying on this bed. I paid for this bed, then I sit on the bed, then you're going to shit on me while I'm sitting on the floor? Hell no. Then he in the shower, she telling him, wash you bitch, wash you cunt. No, no. Then he was complaining to her. He was like, and she was like, what? He was like, oh, you hit me in my ear with that wine bottle. It really hurt. She said, shut the fuck up, or I hit you with something else. And she did. She got up and was hitting him just with her hand. He said it was the pain was already bad enough. So I was like, man, she ain't love you, but he said I loved her. You know what I'm saying? When you wanna, with you, I remember one time this guy told me, I was like, oh, my girlfriend, her boyfriend around there whooping her ass, this, that, and that. You know what he told me? He said, let me tell you something. He don't even like you friends with her, and he don't really like you. I said, I don't care. I don't like him either. He said, you know what? And if he'll punch her in her face and he make love to her and say he love her, what the fuck you think he'll do to your face? And once he said that, you know what I said? I won't be going over there no more, breaking up no more fights. And that's why I stopped. And then I was going over there breaking up fights, and every time you turn around, she was back over there with him again. I was just wasting my time. And that's why I said with people, like we were earlier today when I was talking about Salt Lake City, I was talking about Mary's husband, Mary's son. I think he's addicted to drugs. And she was like, oh, I live for my son. Listen, you can do all that shit. You can live. You can't live for nobody who don't want to live for themselves. I'm just telling you. So I'm glad he got it together and got his kids out of that bullshit. But he's like, it was a real dark side of her. And I will say this, I think everybody, I don't care who you are, all of us got a dark side. You just don't know how dark your dark side is. That's all I'm gonna say. So anyway, you could have been anywhere, but you was here with me. So if you get a chance, go look at Mr. Richard Spencer's story and pray for all the people who deal with the mess. That you can't have no peace in your house. How the fuck can you lay down and she walking around and she drinking? I just ain't gonna do it. I'm just not. So I'll get back with you guys later. It's Thursday. I can't wait. Today's the 14th. It's the weekend. Amen. Have a good one. Bye now.